are listening to the Balancing Act podcast. Here's your hosts, Jamie Wonko and Joe Vitale.
Oh, we are officially recording.
Hey, friend, what's going on? We are officially recording.
Yes, welcome to the Balancing Act podcast. I'm Jamie Wonko here with Mr. Joseph Vitale. Hello, Mr. Joseph Vitale.
Oh, hello, Miss Jamie Wonko. How are we doing?
I am aces, up and down and all around the town.
All right, very nice.
Are you well?
I am well. We've been dealing with some technical issues behind the scenes with our recording. Every once in a while, if you watch us on the YouTubes or on Spotify, there's some freezing issues, and we can't figure out why it's happening. So that's what we were trying to do, some troubleshooting.
Troubleshooting.
Yeah, we're all doing the troubleshooting. So if I drop an F-bomb on this episode,
he's not going to. He's going to keep it PG light.
Yes, I am.
And you know why?
Why?
Especially here in season 3, because
Yes.
we want to be of the utmost respect to our listeners and also to our sponsor. Because our season 3 is brought to you by our presenting sponsor, Teachers Insurance Plan. Check out their website for more information and to get a quote. Teachers Insurance Plan, auto insurance that brings exclusive educator savings and exceptional customer care to New Jersey and Pennsylvania educational employees.
All right. So here we are.
Here we are.
I am still riding the post-holiday struggle bus, even though it's a few weeks past.
Okay.
I am like tired. Like, why am I so tired all the time? It's
if I only knew. Although I think that we have not had sun in days.
Yeah.
And I wasn't joking about January being the Monday of the year. And also we kind of ha-ha-ha'd a little bit about my seasonal affective disorder lamp.
Oh, I completely believe that's a thing. I mean, if I was
I should have brought it. I should have brought it so that I'll make a post and I'll put a picture of it. It's pretty. I'll make a video of it. It's pretty amazing. And it really has helped me. It was one of those Shark Tank misses and hits and misses and misfires, because I saw an episode of it on Shark Tank, and S.A.D, seasonal affective disorder, is a very real mental health disorder for many people that suffer from that. And so I saw this episode of Shark Tank, and it was this tiny woman. I just remember her being tiny and beautiful. And of course, like so many of the Shark Tankers, she was in some sort of business situation, or like she wasn't in business at all. And then all of a sudden, like, invented this thing and then went into business. Maybe she was like a doctor, and then she's like, now I'm a businesswoman.
Yeah.
So she invented these teeny tiny, precious seasonal affective disorder lamps that you could take with you to your work put it on your work desk. Very, very demure, very mindful.
Yeah. Got it.
So I can't remember how the order of how this happened, but perfectly fitting to me and my life and my, always these kinds of things. I ended up not getting that one. And mine is 3 feet tall. It is it will light up a room. I mean, it's basically when I'm
I picture
of Seinfeld, when Kenny Rogers Roasters was outside of Kramer's apartment, and you were
I picture it as like the if you go to if you go to an outdoor restaurant at a on the patio in late April, before it's really warm out, and they have those big heater things that are still out next to your table.
That's
what
me
I'm
and my
picturing
S.A.D lamp in the morning before
your S.A.D lamp, seasonal affective disorder.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So
I fully support it. I think do whatever. Although I do every once in a while, I'm like, just grow up and buy another one. But it works. It's one of those it works fine kind of a thing. So I don't need to get the fancy, tiny, beautiful one. But maybe in 2026,
I mean, you got your fancy clocky clock behind you. I mean, for those of you Pee Wee Herman fans, I love the fact that, and I didn't notice it the last time we recorded that episode together, and I was like, God darn it, that is so awesome.
It was Uncle Matt. I love you. He listens to every episode. He is a
Hi, Uncle Matt.
Yeah, Uncle Matt. I call him Pumpkin. He's my little pumpkin, and he always buys everybody the most thoughtful gifts. And so that was my I'm a big Pee-wee's Playhouse fan from my childhood, and
Good stuff.
so I love it so much, and it works. It really works.
I can see that.
It's a fully working clock. So
of
course,
Yeah.
So
maybe we need to institute the word of the day. The word of the day is.
Oh my gosh, could you imagine? That's amazing.
Yeah, we should do that.
We should. People are like driving right now thinking, please don't do that. Like I'll crash. Yes.
I think there's a way for us to I don't want to crash the whole thing, but I think I can add sound effects to StreamYard. So I might be able to do that and be like,
oh.
Ding, ding, ding. So make it like a high, make a high ho. Okay. So
I of course I had the box set.
Yes.
And all seasons. And so of course we just watched, Pee-wee's Christmas, Merry Christmas several times because my kids grew up watching it.
In the minivan.
In the back of the minivan. And it was just like, like all the things, Pee-wee and Paul Rubens. And, and then of course it became more relevant. He had like redone a movie, or he made a new movie a few years ago with the giant man that was married to the girl from, she's so sexy, but they're not married anymore.
The giant man that was married to the girl.
I am becoming my mom, which is such a compliment, and like I'm so happy. But also, those are my descriptions.
Yeah,
you know
that show with that show with Courtney Aniston, and you just start,
the girl and
combining
the
words.
Woman, and she's so beautiful, but she has like a very thick accent.
Oh,
she was on Modern Family.
Oh, so oh my God! All you have to do is say Sofia Vergara. Like, I love her.
She was married to him.
Yes,
and then he made he was a Magic Mike. I think he was a Magic Mike, one of the Mikes of Magic.
Oh, what's the guy's name? Good Lord, I see his like a very Italian last name. Now I have to look it up. I have to look it up. Let me see. What is the guy's name? Married to Sofia Vergara. Joe Manganiello.
Yes.
Joe Manganiello.
He was in the remake with Pee Wee Herman.
Oh, he was. Okay.
He was. And it was a little bit like, what's happening here? And are you two in love? Is it, he's so masculine, but anyway, of course, me and my kids and we all had to watch and enjoy and all the things, but he, so, a little Pee-wee throwback. He's never left my heart. And I remember watching it on Saturday mornings and being so sad when he would ride off in his scooter.
Oh, okay.
Ding, ding, ding.
That's right.
Ding, ding, ding. And he'd be like, ah.
Yep. Some of you got to go in on these classics.
I couldn't believe it was over.
Yeah.
I never wanted it to be over. So,
sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, Pee-wee's Playhouse was definitely a jam from back in the day.
Yeah.
For sure. See, you really gravitate for the nostalgia, right? You go back and watch like a lot of old episodes of things and stuff like that.
I do. I have to say, Jason's
there's
a big
comfort in
influence
that.
of that.
There's comfort in that.
So let's talk about mental health in the new year. Aside from, so I think we've talked about a little bit, like the rewatching of shows is, something that is like trends very much for people because it helps you so much not to have like new or unexpected, or, you have to take on like new anxiety or more worry. And, I'm also like, I will go through phases where it's like, I can receive a difficult show right now or a watch or whatever it might be, or something new. And then there's also times where it's like, no, I'm not, I'm red light. I'm not receiving anything new in that way. Especially because if it's like unexpected or depressing, or even if it's just like an emotional ride, then it's a no. Yeah.
I had that happen to me actually just the other night. I was watching a show on Amazon called Fallout, which I like. It's like a video game based show.
Okay.
And some of it got like a little bit like intense, and I was like, it was late. It was like after 10. It was like on a weeknight, and I'm like, I gotta stop watching this. I was like, I like it. I want to watch it, but I'm like, this is gonna like keep me up and awake. I also would like to say and officially announce on this podcast sometimes anxiety is caused by sporting events, and yours
yes.
truly, in massive last-minute comeback fashion, is the 2025 Smack League Fantasy League champion. So, I mean, I'm a fantasy champion. You are in the presence of royalty. Okay. For sure. We're going to make sure that this gets clipped and put on the internet for everyone in my fantasy football league who doubted my abilities.
In your face, in your face, in your face, all your faces.
In all your faces.
How many people are in that?
There are 10 people in that league. I was a late comer to it. But the night that I wound up clinching the championship, my friend had one player left on his team, and it was Matthew Stafford. Don't fall asleep. I'm talking about sports. It was Matthew Stafford. Yeah. So it's Matthew Stafford, and he had like not scored below 20 points in like weeks. I was like, this is not going to happen. Like, bro, you're still going to win, even though I had this massive comeback on Sunday night. And it just kept like ticking away. And then he threw an interception, then another interception, and he still threw a touchdown. And then it was getting close. And it was like, is it going to go overtime? So I wound up winning by like 6 points. And it was a massive, and it was a massive come from behind because I was down going into the Sunday night matchup. Had Brock Purdy. I love you, Brock Purdy. And then I wound up being a fantasy champion. But I did not sleep going into the next day. Like, I was up late, and thankfully we were on winter break, and I was like, oh my God, I would be exhausted tomorrow because my body still gets up at the regular time no matter what time I go to bed. And it was awesome. It's awesome to be a champ. But even for mental health reasons, like, sports are not good for me. Like,
especially when you're so deeply invested in,
because it's a championship match in fantasy football. It's all we have, folks. We compete against each other.
I was in a pool. Well, I wasn't in a pool as much as like, Jason, man, a few details in certain instances was like, hey, want to do a pool? Now, I love some sweet action. Classically, I will participate, $100 here, $50 there. It's not like an ongoing gambling situation for me. Okay. However, so Jason decided, hey, can we do this pool from work at the beginning? This was like August. Okay. Like, football season is beginning, and, it's $200. I was like, sure. Yeah. Okay. That seems like a lot, but like, okay. It was $600.
Oh,
like,
Jesus.
It was
okay.
It was just like, he was like, oh, you got to Venmo that guy again. And I was like, these were dark days in our house. I was like, no, and we're not, and we're quitting. And he's like, I can't, I'm in too deep. And it was like, oh my goodness. Anyway, we won.
Oh,
we won the whole kit and caboodle.
Wow.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes. And so here's my controversy.
I don't want to ask you how much you won. I'll ask you off camera, but good for you. Congratulations.
Okay. I mean, it was good. It was like, and Jason's like, are you happy now? And I was like, no, because the lesson is like, no, we're not doing this again. Like, yes, I like winning, but at the same time, no, to me, it was too deep. It was too much with everything we have going on. So, but yeah, I was kind of a little bit happy, but anyway, so, I like to win some sweet action, but here's the thing. So when you do these pools, right, because we're coming up on Super Bowl season. Yeah. So there's lots of pools for fundraisers and, different teams, right? Like I just did one recently, like for a softball team. And I guess, like you get half and then the team gets half, whatever. It's fine. So I'm like, yeah, I'm down for, for a fundraiser and a little sweet action. I like to have those papers in my hand. When you win, you are supposed to tip the person.
Yes.
Okay. So shade. I'm throwing full shade right now. Okay.
Okay.
The person that ran the pool that we were in, that we won, took the money automatically and sent.
Oh, that's messed up.
Okay. So
unless that was agreed upon beforehand, that's messed up. Unless it was like
not knowing, who would know? Who would know? Because Jason can't 100% follow the rule, or like, didn't even know what he was getting into, which is, I always tell him like, oh my gosh, like he would buy magic beans. He would, oh, let's bury the beans. It's going to be great. Like he just that's just him. It makes, he has a childlike wonder. And it is, it's fine. 25 years. Like I'm used to it. And but I can still be mad at it. You can get used to something and still find it annoying, right?
Yes.
Like we can hold space for two truths. But I have done a bit of gambling before, and I've dabbled. And like I've been in the same Super Bowl pool for well over 10 years. It's one of those, like, you're in until you're, I don't know how you get out. I don't want to get out.
Yeah.
But right. I've never had that. I've won before. I won a March Madness once years. That was probably like the most, maybe $1,400 or something I won. And they were like, oh God, she's probably sleeping and she didn't even see the game. They were right. Did it make a difference to me the next morning when I woke up? I was as happy as a clam. Okay. What do you think about that? So you're a no, right? Like they just took the money off the top.
Taking the money off the top, I would completely be against, unless there was some like, hey, we're gonna take 10% for operational fees, and that going in,
right?
That makes sense. Okay,
but
fine.
I don't know. I mean, Jason's like,
I'm
don't
also
forget you have to tip him,
now,
and I was like, oh, he's taking it and sending the money with the tip, and it was like,
no, that would be a no. You're not getting any other money. And secondly, like I used to run the football pool when I was at previous
school,
middle school. Yeah.
Okay.
And in no way, shape, or form was it to get tipped out. I was like, I never wanted any. I was
no,
like,
I mean, I think it's fun. Like, and you look at everybody that you work with, and you see, a couple guys at Avenel used to do it all the time.
I used to tell people like I didn't know that you were supposed to be tipped out because it was like I was younger and I was just doing it.
I remember being taught that.
Yeah. So
and appreciating that was like a standard practice.
So I was doing it, and one of the lunch ladies won, and she tipped me out. I was like, "What is this?" She's like, "You're supposed to tip out whoever." I'm like, "That never happens."
Customary.
So then I actually would, like, when we would have the meeting, and I was like, we would talk about, I was like, "And if you win, I do not want any money." I said, "I'm just doing this because it's fun. I don't want anything. It's just, it's something to do during the game. I'll keep track of it. I get, it's not like I'm doing thousands of dollars. It was a $5 box pool."
Right.
And we had them at work, and I actually won the box pool for a Thanksgiving game. Which is really funny because like I gave my whatever it was $5-10. I bought 2 boxes and then didn't know I won until I like walked in the Monday after Thanksgiving. I was like, I won this. I was like, I forgot I was in a pool.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hooray.
Yeah. Anyway, like I tipped out because I won, but it was like if you win a quarter in a box pool and you win $50. You should not be expected to tip somebody $5.
Right.
Like
right.
I realize it's the principle. I get it. And if you're angry with me, come at me, bro. But like it's $5, especially if it's coworkers. Like I'm also not a believer in the like, you go to the charity thing and you win the 50-50 and it's like, and this person's donating it back to the organization. That's just not me.
I won't play. Do you know that I won't play?
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. If you feel that pressure, that you shouldn't.
No, I won't do it because I don't want to give half.
So I know we went off on a little tangent regarding mental health, but what's good for my mental health is that I could say, suck it, losers, because I am your fantasy champion for 2025. And yes, we're going to make sure this makes the interwebs and that everybody gets a look at it. I don't currently have the championship belt. Yes, there's a belt. I don't.
What does the belt look like? Is it engraved? What's happening with it?
Oh, it is like a wrestling championship belt.
Oh, I like
fantasy
that.
Football champion.
I
do not yet have it, but I will eventually. It has not been the belt ceremony has not happened yet. Which is not a ceremony. It's just the guy's got to drop it off because we're just busy. Like the previous winner's responsible for dropping
delivering
it off to the new winner. Yeah. So look, it's a good time. It's fun. But
I'm very happy for you.
We were talking about the stress of television, and thank you, by the way. We were talking about the stress of like TV shows and stuff like that. And sometimes, like, I don't know how my wife does it. My wife will be in bed and she'll watch like, and it's Dateline, and that was not the case, and there was the babbling brook, and the person was asleep, and they were a delight to see. And she's watching all this stuff, and I'm like, she's either really into these kind of shows, or she is taking notes on like different ways that she can off me if I really piss her off.
It's true. I feel like she could kill you and no one would know.
No, she couldn't.
I do. I think she'd be really
No,
good
she
at
couldn't.
like
Is there like
plotting and
is there like a safe word I could say to know that I'm in danger? No. No,
Mhm.
she of course. It's the uber intelligence in
I
her.
think
She'd
it's
be able
because
to
she's
hide.
not caffeinated.
Oh, well,
I think it's her
interesting.
milk. I think it's her milk.
It's drinking milk. It does a
Yeah,
it
she's
does
a
a
milk
body.
drinker.
It does a body, and your murder plan's good.
Yeah.
For
I mean,
sure.
I don't think she would murder you,
Yes.
but I do think that she would be like really good in a criminal mind situation. Right? You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
She's so
Trust me.
smart and then she plots and then it would be like, and then I would this and then that. And
Yeah.
yes, she wouldn't panic. She's not a panicker.
No, playing the long game. She'd play the long game for
Yes.
sure.
If she panicked, I can't think of something like more frightening in this
Oh,
moment.
interesting.
Like watching her panic. She's just
Yeah.
somebody who just doesn't, I'm not saying, yeah, I just don't see her panicking,
Okay.
like freaking out.
No,
Yeah.
depends on the
It's
situation.
sort of like
but-
my spouse when he like when he is really really angry, which happens like I don't know, the twins are 13. It happened recently and they were like what's happening? You know, it's just happened so infrequently.
He is a very, very chill person. I mean, and I know.
I mean, you get into a $600 pool without even knowing what you're
I know. Listen. I know that I'm
Ay.
high strung. Okay, I do not get angry. I'm just not. I'm not an angry person. I'm not a yeller. I'm not. But there have been times where.
But you panic, you worry. It's more of a panic and a worry.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I've also had instances where like I have to get things out and then I explode, and I like to call it can of snakes because it's
But
just
that's
like
so healthy.
bling, can of snakes, and it's out. And then like I remember an instance where it happened, and I was done, and I was like, I'm good. Like that was literally my reaction. Like
Yes.
I'm good. I know I was like way over the top, and it was something that was greatly bothering me, and I just needed to get it off my chest, and I did. And then I was like, okay, I had my moment. I raised my blood pressure. I'm good. So
I try at school, I try not to, freak
oh
out.
yeah, same.
And I do find myself this year, I don't know if it comes in cycles or what, but this year I'm finding myself doing a little bit of something I really don't like
Okay.
that I had not done for 3 years prior to this year, which is like angrily speak low under my breath.
Okay.
Which is my really like over response of when like things are not going the way that I want them to go or that, and so I do find myself like, oh yeah, you're going to do that. That's great. That's a great idea. Way to go. That's great. And I find myself doing that. And then it's like, oh,
This is an honest question. I'm not asking this to be funny. Do you think it has, something to do with like I know we've talked about perimenopause before. Do you think it has something to do with like some of the things that you're going through, maybe being short tempered? Do you think that has anything to do with it?
Is it hormonal?
Yeah.
Quite possibly.
Yeah. And I'm honestly not asking that to be funny. It's more out of curiosity and
Oh, I don't think so at all.
Yeah.
No, I also just think it's the mixture of students as well. And so I do feel better when I talk to colleagues and like we all sort of feel the same way. So I don't think it's entirely me. I mean, believe me, like what does it bother me? Like the spinning and the rocking and like the especially like, and I think sometimes it's just about like certain kids, like why would you take things I would never do? I wouldn't have done them at 13. I'm not going to do them at 46. Like, why would you take a chair and drag it along the floor to make the most horrific sound? Right? Those behaviors will never sit well with me. No one could ever, I'm not gifted in that way. I don't have chill for those types of things.
Understood.
Why would you do that? Like, why purposely bother a room full of people? I know it's for attention. I know why, but it's not for me. I don't care for it.
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to it again.
Me in my 40s, like now hate it more than ever.
Yeah.
I do, but I don't think to the degree that I could actually blame like it fully on hormone. It's just me. It's a me thing.
I get overstimulated, and it affects me more at home than it does because like I'll go through my whole
You
day.
think you bottle it up at school,
I don't
and then
think
when
it's
you get home,
necessarily. I don't think it's necessarily a bottling up. I think it's more for me. It's like it's more of like energy level, right? So I'll give you an example. Yesterday. Okay, yesterday we, I had a day where we were talking about the legislative branch and we're doing all these different activities and I'm doing like a lecture, I'm showing a video, we're talking about stuff, I'm asking them questions, we're doing a simulation. Like it's a very labor intensive day. And then I had an errand to run and then I came home. I had some things to do around the house. I had to get dinner on the table. Then we were recording. Okay, we did 2 recordings and I was a little drained and I was like, all right, I got to, turn it on because we're recording and I got to be like awake. And then when we were done, I was done. So we're sitting on the couch and my wife is finding some funny videos and I decided to like put on a show and watch it. And she's like, hey, what? The video. I sent you a video. I said, it's this video. And I'm like, I can't do this right now. It's like, I need to do one thing or the other. I was like, I wanted to focus on like just a television show to take my mind off of something.
right?
Because that's how I decompress. And she was finding stuff that was cute and it was funny and it was dog videos and I loved it. But it was just like, I got too much going on in my brain. So I think it affects me more when I get to like the end of my day and I'm tired and it's over and I'm like, all right, I got to shut it down because I know my brain is about to be mashed potatoes. Like and it doesn't affect me much at work. I will say this much though. The fact that I've go back to Petty Princess, the fact that I have the water bottle garage has been.
It's everything to you.
I want to curse right now. It's been effing life changing. Okay?
I love it.
It is. I don't get the the crinkling anymore of the bottles and the flipping and the I'm gonna pour it in a cap and I'm gonna drink it and I'm like no. I'm just not doing it. It's like okay, don't forget water bottles in the garage and I would hot take everyone. No one has died of thirst. Everyone is still alive, and it has been completely. Honestly, I know how ridiculous it sounds. To me, it's been classroom changing.
Why does it sound ridiculous? It doesn't sound ridiculous to me or any other teacher that's teaching. Because some children walking, it's
some people are like, oh, like my child needs the water bottle, or oh, wouldn't do that because the kids need to be able to drink. Oh, and then what if I? No.
Yeah.
You
I love a rule.
You don't.
I don't need it. I do. Even if I don't 100% agree with the rule, I do love a rule that happens and then it goes and it goes and it goes, and it does not bend, break, or, I love that, especially because it's working so well for you. And your classroom has an element of overstimulation to begin with because of its locale and the windows and stuff. So that's a whole other thing.
100%.
Yes.
I mean, it has its positives and its negatives, right? So I think that's the idea of what we do, right? We're constantly looking for like, what's the word I'm looking for? Trade-offs, right? This might be a positive and that's going to be a negative. And that kind of leads us to, successes or failures throughout our school day, right? So I know when I have to do or ask for help. So for example, I'm in the front of a building and when the 8th graders are coming back from the cafeteria, it's bedlam. Right? They're running down the hallway. They're jumping on each other's backs. They're banging on my windows because I have like, not exaggeration, 9 windows that line one side. And it's like a kind of like a half wall. And that's where everyone's walking by and they're waving and they're banging on the window. Like some kids like bang on the door and run away. It's like, yeah, I saw you, bro. And by the way, there's cameras. So finally, I just had to go to the vice principal's like, hey, look, I need somebody out there. When you guys release the 8th graders, I need an adult. Because like I'm trying to conduct a class, I can't do it myself. Like there were times I would like my kids would be like working quietly, and I'd like stand in the hallway and just make sure that there's a body, that's an adult, so that they see them. So like when you're speeding on the highway and you see the police officer, you pump the brakes.
Down. Yeah.
Even if you're not speeding, you're like, oh, police officer, did I do something wrong? Do I have a dead body in my trunk? And you start to get a little bit squirrely because of what you're seeing. So I know when I need to ask for help, which also I think helps me know that I have somebody that's going to back me up and like, okay, we'll get somebody out there. Or sometimes it's the vice principal or principal themselves. I'm like, I need the help. So if
Do you
someone could
think
do
as
that,
a younger teacher, you were able to ask those types of things, or was that something that you grew into?
I think I was able to ask them.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes maybe it wasn't received well, but you still have
Yeah.
to ask.
Sure. Because
Yeah.
I wonder, even with, some of the discussions that we've had with the kids and, some of the behaviors of like, "Oh, I'm not asking that," or like, "Oh, that's weird," or so I try to challenge my students, even if it's, you know, go next door, ask this. Please make sure when you do that, you say, "Excuse me," if they're
Mhm.
in the middle of a they really need we do not exaggerate, for anybody that's, not a maybe not a teacher. Like, we are not exaggerating
No.
when we're saying we're modeling these practices. And I think back to, like my younger days as like a student or even as a newer teacher, with sending kids on errands, and like what an amazing opportunity that was, and how that is shifted with the kids being more resistant to, like, what am I supposed to say? What if they look at me? What do I have to do there? And it's like, usually there would be a few that like could not wait to deliver a note, take something, go, move around. I don't know, right? It's a funny shift, but I think it's good that you feel like you were like taught to, or you were able to ask questions, speak on your own behalf, see
Mhm.
what you needed, advocate for yourself. Cause that's a more difficult life skill than some of the other ones, for sure.
There are times when either it wasn't well received or the message was misconstrued.
Mm.
That's happened before. We're gonna have an episode at some point. I think you called it the twist and shout, right?
Mhm. Oh,
Um,
yes.
which has happened to be in my career, where someone takes what you say and twists it and
Twists
shouts
it and
it.
shouts it. Yes.
That's a much longer conversation that we'll need to
Yes.
dive into on another
Yeah.
episode.
So
Um,
anything else for January for your mental health and well-being?
um, no, not really.
Okay.
Honestly, it's a busy. January is always like I know it's the Monday of the year, right? As you like to call it.
I do.
It's also in the last couple of years, it's been pretty busy for us as a family. We my wife starts the semester, which is always stressful and a stressful start for her. Um, she's also traveling from time to time, so going to conferences and stuff like that. So that kind of plays into it. So honestly, for us, it's kind of January is more about just surviving. Not in a bad way, but like it's just like we got to get through the month of January, and then we can things kind of level themselves off.
Yeah. So some
Um,
people do dry January,
nah,
and I love your response to that. And I
no,
just
I honestly don't drink that much. I really don't. I drink in social settings,
yeah.
or or like if I go out, it's social settings. Like I went out, uh, like Buffalo Wild Wings to watch some football games with my friends and had a beer, and like, but that's it because I knew I had to drive, so I'm not gonna have like 10
Right.
beers.
Of
Like
course
that's not
not.
my speed.
Yeah. No.
Um,
Dry January. I did see I don't need to subscribe to that either, but what was it called? It wasn't dry January. It was sort of um it was like in reference to, trying to slow it down a little bit, but,
okay,
and like moderate, some of those things. And then someone else's response was like, it's January. Like, do whatever you need to do.
yeah,
And I do kind of think I think that, that's probably like an excuse for some people to kind of just say, "Oh, I'm gonna do it this way, that way, every way," and you could find a reason for that every month of the year,
yeah,
for one reason or another. But I do, I don't know. I guess it's just interesting how people approach the beginning. And I asked my students how they felt about New Year's resolutions, and most of them were like, no one keeps them anyway, so what's the point?
yeah. It's funny.
It was
I
an
was kind of
interesting perspective that they had about it.
Yeah. I think I was trying to do the talk about the one word thing and get them to
Mhm.
buy into that. That was something that was interesting to start the year. To me, January feels like, from the time that I was cycling and doing some riding, it kind of feels like you're climbing a large hill. but knowing that like, okay, this sucks right now.
Yeah.
But eventually I'll get to the top of this, and then it's more wee.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
kind of that's the thinking behind it for me.
Yeah.
It's
I mean, and
also
imagine all the people who are born in January who are like, stuff you two, this is our month.
yeah,
This is our month to shine.
for sure.
It's our B-Day month.
It's also about a reset in a way, especially in class. Talking about like the reset of routines. We get through the holidays, which is madness for many reasons, both professionally and personally. The kids are off the wall. Yeah. You're running in Joe and Ragged to prepare for the holidays and do all those things, and then you're kind of like coming down off of that, only to climb up again for a long stretch for us, right? We have all these days off, and I was actually talking with a coworker, as we're recording this is my first full week in like 6 weeks
of school.
Well,
it's not over yet, so we'll see.
I know, right? As of right now. So we had like the day and a half back, and then the week prior I was out sick for 2 days because I was, coughing up a storm. Yeah. And the week before that I had a doctor's appointment that was scheduled, as well as jury duty. And it was like the week before that was, Thanksgiving. It's like, it's crazy. Like I didn't work a full week for so long.
How's it feeling? How are you feeling about that?
Maybe that's why I'm so tired. Like, I gotta work 5 whole days.
And again and again and again. Can you believe that the blizzard of 96 was 30 years ago?
I thought about that. Yeah.
I'll never forget. I lived in a town with my parents. My sister had her period for like the entire winter. It's funny how that happens, Oh no,
hi Janine.
Yeah. Oh hey.
Just throw it out.
Her sister can't shovel. She was got her, and it was like, it doesn't work like that. God, Dad. But anyway, so I'm the brother that we never had. It's fine. And I will not forget blizzard in particular, because I mean, we had a lot of wallopers. I feel like when I in my high school time.
Yeah.
But that one, I remember like going out and meeting some of my friends because we could walk. And we were in your house for so many days that like by the time we were actually like able to go outside, and I didn't have a snowsuit. So I borrowed my mom's. Remember those like jogging suits that were real popular? Like they were like, we called them swishy suits because they like swished when you walked. But like moms had them, and they were like matching, like on the top and the bottom.
It's like when you see, that's one of my favorite memes ever, is when they show like a family from the 90s.
No, don't say the wind. Don't say the wind.
So this.
No. Do you know that I can't?
The wind never stood. The wind never stood a chance.
The wind didn't stand a chance.
Yeah.
That is one of my most favorite of all time. And my girlfriend Jenny's sister Kristen tells a story when she was in like 7th or 8th grade, and her mom like made her wear one of those to school. Her and the teacher had the same outfit.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
And she's like, it was one of the worst, most horrifying things that ever happened in my entire childhood. But anyway, so I wear my mom's like swishy suit, and it was pink. I was like the Pink Panther for like the rest of high school. But it was like, one of those like funny, like, oh my gosh, remember, like you would have put a garbage bag on just to get out and get like some socialization with your people, because everybody was just locked in the snow for so long.
I graduated in '94, and that winter was awful.
So were you away at college when that happened?
I was not actually.
Oh, because you were in your in-between.
That's right. Because I was in between. I was going to county, and I was
got it.
Going back and forth. I think I remember, and I wasn't like we didn't have what we had today with like the weather and stuff like that. I remember being at.
You looked out the window and there was snow.
No, it's funny. I remember being at. I went to a golf show. They used to have like a golf show in like Somerset, and you would go. I went with a friend of mine. We used to go every year, and you go and like they'd have clubs that you could hit. Like
I bet you they still have
you could buy. They do. It stinks.
Sure.
It stinks now. I haven't been to it in a couple of years, but the last couple of years that I went, it was awful.
Terrible. Okay.
Yeah, but we went to it, and I was like, and people are talking like, yeah, the storm. We're gonna stop. I was like, storm? What storm? But I remember going home and like watching the news, and I was like, oh my goodness, we're gonna get walloped, and then being home for a very long time.
So long.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like 24 to 30 inches of snow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's wild.
It's hard
Would
to
you
believe.
like a storm like that?
No.
Would you like one really good, powerful,
No.
maybe 12
And
inches?
here,
None.
and
None. You
here's
want none?
and here's why.
Okay.
Because we use the extra snow days around Memorial Day weekend.
Yes.
Right? So if we don't use our snow days, we get an extra long Memorial Day weekend, which yes makes the
End of the year seem like forever, but yeah.
yes, selfish reason for me. I normally travel on that weekend. I go visit a friend of mine
Yeah.
out in Indianapolis, and we go to the
Okay.
Indy 500, and I really enjoy doing that. It's not that I wouldn't, but I would
Mhm.
take days,
Okay.
and then I wouldn't have to, and I could, do it
Party
that
like
way.
a rock star at the Indy.
Party like a rock star.
Yes. Okay. All right.
So
Fair.
that's just my thing. Also, like we haven't had a storm like that in a while, so maybe maybe we're due for one. I think we are
we've
due.
had a lot of snow so far already.
Yeah.
Considering, the last couple of years have been a little bit more, dry. I don't know. I don't really enjoy snow,
It
but I
doesn't.
do like a one wallop, not 30
Yeah.
inches, but
When
like that's
you
gonna
when you
land,
speak about mental health, like
Yeah.
I'm literally like 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year. Is it summer? Like
Yes.
literally, I
Agree.
am moved on
Yes.
immediately.
But we can't. But you can't.
I know. But I
That's
am.
that's my problem.
Yeah.
You can't. You're stuck in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. But I don't want 30 inches of snow. Don't get me wrong. But
No.
I can't. I when I hear things are what did I just read? It was like to our kids now, Home Alone is as far away a film as the films when we were kids of like the 1950s.
Yeah. I know. Or
Time is a
yeah.
It's
Father Time and
Ooh.
Mother Nature, they're both undefeated. So,
Yikes, yeah.
what is the other one? Like, if they did Back to the Future, they'd go back to like 1995 today. And I'm like, God damn it!
Oh my
I was like,
goodness.
first of all, I would go back to 1995 in a heartbeat because
Oh my gosh.
no younger people listen to this. The music was better. Okay,
Nice.
that's the first thing. I'm pointing at the screen right now. I don't
Okay.
know why I'm doing that.
Yes.
B, they didn't. There were no phones and connectivity. Like, you went out without people knowing where you would go, and you would just go there and be like, I'm going to meet someone here. It was such a different time.
So different. Yeah.
That I just it was, it was great. I love where I am now.
It was great.
Yeah, I love where I am now in my life. Just like we all do, right? Because time.
Oh yeah. I mean, I
changes.
saw my nephew on Christmas and it was like, you look like every boy that I went to high school with. Like the way
Yeah.
he was dressed, it was like, and I meant it with like, it was like, whoa, am I in a time machine? It was startling to me, like the pants and the design and his hair and like everything.
Yeah.
And he was, of course, feeling more original than that. So I don't know that he wanted to look like 1997, but he looks like 1997.
Honestly, what helps is to know that, like, I mean, having this conversation helps, to be very honest, because like,
yes, it does.
We're not the only ones. I was talking to some coworkers today about like, the being tired thing, and like, we were talking about all of our old age things, and one of the people was talking about, I got out of my wetsuit in the summer because like person likes to surf, and it's like and then I hurt my shoulder. I had to go to like orthopedic because of getting out of my wetsuit. I'm like, yeah, because that's what happens when we get old. But like,
I just got my new car and I'm having difficulty getting because it's so low in time that I was like, oh no, am I going to injure myself getting my seatbelt?
yeah,
You got to be careful. You got to be careful out there. A wetsuit sounds way more badass than your. Yeah. That's cool.
it does sound way more.
You know who probably
badass.
wouldn't want snow?
Than hurting your knee
Sally?
playing. Than hurting your knee playing pickleball.
Ugh. You know who
that's
probably would not want 30 inches of snow?
Who?
Our presenting sponsor.
Wow. Someone took a real deep cut on that segue. Okay. Our presenting sponsor, season 3, is brought to you by our presenting sponsor, Teachers Insurance Plan. Make sure you check out their website, which we've tagged in this episode, for more information and to get a quote. Teachers Insurance Plan, auto insurance that brings exclusive educator savings and exceptional customer care to New Jersey and Pennsylvania educational employees.
Bam.
Yeah.
Just like that.
So I'm gonna go work on my mental health.
I'm gonna go plug in my seasonal affective disorder lamp.
You should. I'm gonna go get ready and do some lifting so I can lift up my championship belt.
I hope you wear it on another. I hope like in the future we'll see you wearing it on another.
I might just have to wear it. It'll definitely make its rounds onto social media. And again, suck it, losers. Hey,
yeah.
guys, you know I love you. I appreciate you.
Don't kick them out.
No, they wouldn't.
No.
So the story behind it, by the way, the reason real quick, the reason I'm in the league is they said they weren't having any fun. So I decided in 2019 that I was going to campaign to be their 2019 league commissioner, and I was not in the league. And I would make recap videos of each week and like how they were doing good and how they were doing bad and make fun of them. And then I got their wives involved where they were like, hey, you got to step it up because you stink. And it was really a lot of fun. These were all close friends of mine.
And then you got in.
And then one guy stepped out. I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. So here I am. And now I'm a champ.
Yay.
But anyway, I digress. I appreciate you, friend.
I appreciate you.
Right.
And we appreciate all of our listeners. And of course, if you are struggling with your mental health, reach out to a professional, see a friend, talk it through. And we wish everybody all the best getting through the longest month of the year.
Yes, the Monday of the year. All right, we'll see everybody next time on the Balancing Act Podcast.
Look for the Balancing Act podcast every week on your favorite podcast platform. New episodes drop every Tuesday. Thank you for being a part of our audience. We appreciate you.